Kevin Love, saying he's a 25 points per game scorer and can just dominate the glass. Defensively, you just can never leave him open. No open shots, get a body on him the second a shot goes up. He knows it's easier said than done, but guys, that's the game plan.
Great, thanks for the report, Doris.
You know, the Timberwolves have taken on an increasingly international character. Players like J.J. Barea, Rubio, Nikola Pekovic, and Alexei Shved, all important contributors.
It's off his leg, and the official saying it was kicked. Saying it was kicked. Dallenberg passes to Foster. Covered by Brewer. Knocks it loose. Foster, that's good. And Clark, a lot of European players used to this cold weather. Maybe that's why the Timberwolves, Steve, go after them.
Well, maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But they've had pretty good luck with the international players. Some good talent that they've put together.
Martin for three. Mavericks with the rebound. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
Well, it was a disappointing season series a year ago. They split against a team they thought they should have handled pretty easily.
Pass to Love. Second shot opportunity. Gets it to go. Love's got his first 2 points. Dallas has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Foster. Covered by Brewer. Foster dishes to Dallenberg. The shot will not go. Excellent D there from Pekovic. And just to touch again on what Steve said, they had a 500 record in their games last year, but you know, they expected to do better.
Definitely, Kevin. I mean, against these guys, one of the worst teams in the conference last year, a split is not a good result. It's actually borderline unacceptable. Nikola Pekovic, guys, out of Montenegro, a super physical 6'11" big man. I mean, he is a battering ram offensively. He's a terrific offensive rebounder, can score around the rim, doesn't shy away from contact. And when he gets to the line, he knocks him down pretty well for a big guy. This guy, I tell you what, he's going to be one of the best big men in the league in the next few years. I don't think there's any question about it.
Martin kicks to Rubio. Back to Martin. Pekovic with the screen for Martin. Love. And the pass to Brewer. Kicks it to Love. Martin for three. And it's Foster with the rebound. Going back to Pekovic, Clark, offensively, he is a real presence. Defensively, great, but Steve solid.
Well, he's not explosive. He's physical, but you know he is a good rebounder, and most importantly, he wants to mix it up down there. He's a presence, and I think that's one of the reasons he's become such a good player in this league.
Martin, the pass to Love. Rubio outside. 5 to shoot. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. Second, the Mavericks.
I think free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everybody last season just had the hot hand.
Foster down low, covered by Brewer. And Foster kicks to Ellis. The dish to Harris. Harris missing again.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, there's an intimidation factor that comes into play.
And the first one drops. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And he makes both free throws.
Well, Corey Brewer, guys, was part of those back-to-back NCAA championships with those teams in Florida in 2006 and 7. A long, wiry 6'9" perimeter defender who's also improved offensively.
Foster And the shot counts. He's fouled. There's a chance for a three-point play. You look at Foster. Not sure if you guys noticed on the way in, Nike already put him up center stage on a billboard.
Well, the Make It Count ad campaign seems to have him at the center of it. He certainly made it count in the NBA so far.
Yeah, well, he's earned this endorsement, that's for sure. I mean, Nike is getting their money's worth from this guy. He's big time.
Outside, Martin. There's the triple. Mavericks with the rebound. Foster's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And going back to Brewer, the thin man, 6'9", about 190 pounds.
Yeah, Kevin, he can struggle a little bit against stronger players, but he's really kind of found his niche on the perimeter. Kind of a guy who can guard multiple perimeter players, and then he's a blur in transition, offense to defense. That's kind of what he does.
And this is a guy playing with a reconstructed knee as well.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Rubio dishes to Martin. Back to Rubio. Rubio right side. Back to Martin. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Here's Love. Another miss by Minnesota.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the boards for them.
Yep, +5 in rebounds. That didn't take long.
And that one's good.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Rubio left side. Dishes it to Martin. Offline with his 3.
Well, it looks like it's in his head right now. He looks tight. He's not producing, and his team's struggling as well.
And Foster backs in. Ellis passes it to Foster. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Well, he got to work.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers for Ricky Rubio. Last season's stats for him, 2nd in steals, and he was also ranked in the top 10 in assists. So an incredible knack for finding the open man.
And he had some of the quickest hands in the league, and those quick hands earned him number 2 ranking in steals. I mean, it was remarkable how quickly he reacted defensively. Good feet, but also really quick, active hands.
Big man, Love and Pekovic. Rubio and Martin manning the backcourt. And it's Brewer in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And the shot is good.
You know, that's how you do it, guys. I mean, he passed his way out of the double team and into an easy basket.
Ellis the pass to Foster. Pulls up on the elbow. Misses off the right iron. Looking at Dallas, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, they gave away a lot of points at the free throw line in that game. Maybe it was being on the road. Maybe they were just out of sync, but something had them rattled.
Steve, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but clearly the misses from the stripe had an impact.
Gets it to go. Foster's got 9.
Well, their plan of attack has been pretty clear to see. Get the ball inside and just take it strong to the hoop. Be dominant in the lane.
Well, the defense has been very slow to adjust. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And Rubio kicks to Martin. It's stolen by Harris. Down low. It's tipped and stolen by Love. And now, on and up the court, Brewer pushing it up. Dallas leading by 10. Foster dishes to Ellis, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually, have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And we're also seeing a lot of fast break groups, so this team doing a nice job getting easy points.
Nowitzki, good.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Back to Rubio. Kevin Martin on the wing. He kicks it to Rubio. Love, 6 on the shot clock. 18 feet out. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Misses in close. Look at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was a win against Golden State.
They ran away with that game, Kevin, mostly thanks to their play at the offensive end.
That's exactly right, guys. There was crisp movement by the players and the ball throughout that game, and they got a lot of high-quality shots as a result.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, Jay in that last game against the Thunder was just a man on a mission. He picked up 18 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance, Clark.
It clearly was one of those games that when we look back on his career, this game will be right there among the best ever that he's played.
Well, he was in the zone from the outset. It was just one of those games where he was feeling it. Everything was going his way, and he attacked, and that's what I like. Once he knew it was his night, he just attacked relentlessly.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Marion, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
They are owning the lane right now. Every one of their last 10 points has come either at or near the rim.
Great looks in tight because they're finding lanes to the hoop whenever they want them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Jang, he's checked in for Love. Muhammad comes in for Corey Brewer. Chase Budinger, he's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Barea subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Ellis kicks to Calderon. Back to Ellis. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Foster. Off with the layup. Timberwolves trailed by 14. Muhammad gets a screen from Jang. Pass to Budinger. Off the left rim and out.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Now Foster. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
Don't forget, he also tallied 4 blocks, so he was a factor in a lot of different ways.
Dallas, no good that time either.
He thought he could knock that one down, but the defense was really all over him. Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Barea kicks to Budinger. He feeds it to Barea. Outside Williams. He dishes it to Barea. Good. Nice assist for Williams. Barea's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Foster, defended by Muhammad. And Foster kicks to Ellis. Feeds it to Foster. Kicks it out to Ellis. Releases. Ellis can't get that one to fall either.
Well, back when Monte Ellis entered the league with the Warriors, he showed promise as the rear guard who could shoot up near 50% from the floor, but he's seen his field goal and three-point percentages tumble for 3 years straight. Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Here's Foster. A second chance effort. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep. Now the feed to Nowitzki. Fires from the wing. Martin with it. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
And he really kept his head down, was drawing contact, getting himself to the line, played an aggressive game. That was a big-time help for him and his team.
Going back to Ellis, so quick and athletic, he's able to create his own shot pretty much at will.
Yeah, great touch around the rim. Really wants to go right. That's his preferred direction. If you let him get ahead of steam going to his right, he can really finish well, especially for a smaller guard at the rim.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done. Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
And Foster kicks to Ellington. Buries the long-range jumper. Ellington's got 5.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Rubio with it. Devin Harris covering. Harris against Rubio. Outside, Martin. On the wing, Brewer. Shot clock at 5. Love kicks to Martin. And another 3 for Minnesota.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Foster passes to Harris. No luck. Great defense that time from Pekovic. Here's Minnesota. They're on a 13-5 run. Martin dishes to Pekovic. The shot by Rubio. Kept alive, Minnesota. Outside for Martin. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Rubio outside. Rubio right side. Back to Martin. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And that's 10 points for Kevin Martin. Here's Foster. Drains it from 17 feet out. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Mavericks lead by 11. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And it's halftime on 2K Sports. Keep it right here as we break down the first half. Dallas on top against Minnesota. It's been a tough start for them this season, looking to get back on the winning track. Jay having no trouble against the defense of the Timberwolves. Shooting nearly 70% so far, a gaudy shooting percentage, the envy of everybody playing tonight. And a resilient Timberwolves team is staying in it. Their three-point shooting has been nowhere to be found. It's really hurt them offensively. That's why they're behind. Kevin Martin leads the team in scoring. After 2, he's got 10 points and 3 rebounds as well. That will be all for us. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
And what a game for Jay. He has 17 points and 6 assists. He's gotten after it on the boards for them as well as in the transition.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Foster in at the 3. Gallenberg's out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Ellis. And it's Harris in at the guard position. And Foster kicks to Harris. No good from outside.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for them.
But it has to translate, Clark, if they're going to cut into this lead. They've got to convert those boards into points. And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
For Minnesota, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
Well, last year collectively, I mean, this team shot 74% from the free throw line. Pretty low number.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
And that one misses.
Well, quite honestly, guys, he was one of the biggest surprises of the 2011-12 season. Pekovic, I mean, he continued to show that he's a fantastic option at the center spot with another solid season. I mean, he's a big physical presence, can finish inside, aggressive.
At the line.
Boy, I tell you what, when is he?
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Rubio against Harris. Pass to Martin. Pekovic with the screen on Ellis. And it's Martin missing. Going back to Pekovic, or Peck as you call him, Steve, and as his teammates call him too. Another productive season. He did struggle with some injuries. Just about 20 games, but he is a man.
Hey, Peck is a grown man.
He is
There's
a
no
grown
question.
man. Yes.
A pretty remarkable second-round pick, 31st overall back in 2008. But well, the T-Wolves have to be excited about finding their starting center of the future.
Love kicks to Brewer. Back to Love. Sinks the triple. Love's got his third basket of the night.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the three.
And Foster kicks to Ellis. And there's the pass to Harris. They get a hand on it. Ellis, the pass to Foster. Shot clock at 6. The shot, no good. Good D from Love. Timberwolves trailed by 14.
Hey, you really can't say the Mavericks were a bad team last year. They were just a little below par compared to what we've been accustomed to. They just were not nearly as deadly offensively, and that's always a recipe for struggles in the West.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin, at 6'11", 290 pounds, Nikola Pekovic may be the most physically imposing player in the game. Rick Adelman said, quote, he's such a force inside. Guys just want out of there. They don't want to go against him. Pekovic said, the goal is to go inside and win the game, whatever it takes. Many people don't like when you play physical. Some respond, some don't. Kevin?
And he does. Thank you, Doris.
Well, he's a player who knows his game. I mean, he's a physical enforcer type guy. He makes no apologies for it.
Here's Brewer. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Monte Ellis.
And Kevin, when the opposing team is bringing the ball up, they can't get careless when he's on the floor because he will pounce on a lazy pass or a lazy dribble, and he'll be heading the other way in a heartbeat.
And he is also a very rugged player at the defensive end. I mean, he will bull his way through any screen if it means staying on his man.
Sean Marion, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And Foster kicks to Ellis. There's the dish to Foster. Dallas needs to get off a shot. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
How about that play? Great body control. Still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Jang, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. And Derek Williams subbed in for Kevin Love. Deflects the pass. Out of bounds, Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession.
And now a look at Kevin Martin here. How he performed last season. 4th in free throw percentage. And he was a top 10 three-point shooter as well.
Yeah, and you talked about it, Steve, what a stellar season it was for him at the stripe. I mean, they are freebies. They're called free for a reason, and he certainly made that come true because he knocked them down at a high rate.
Hits the bucket. Dallas leading by 14. And Foster backs in. And here's Ellis for 3. Offensive rebound. Nice shot by D'Alembert. D'Alembert's got 9 points.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Martin dishes to Rubio. Back to Martin. From downtown. Can't get it to go. And it's Dallas the other way.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Dallas making a switch here. Kicks it to Shved. Back to Rubio. Williams sets a screen for Rubio. Here's Buttinger. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
And Foster backs in. Out to Marion. Defended by Buttinger. Marion passes to Foster. And Derek Williams is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallenberg. Nowitzki against Love. Lock at 6. Nowitzki kicks it to Foster. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his third rebound tonight. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Mets.
Now we've seen them make that extra effort, rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, really sending shots back.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get. Hey, it goes without saying that if you're beat up and your all-star power forward is on the shelf, you're going to have a tough time against the big teams in the West. Minnesota was left for the wolves, so to speak, when they matched up against others in their conference.
That's good. And 11 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
And Buttinger kicks to Shved. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Well, picking up again on the Timberwolves. Last season, 17-35 record against the rest of the Western Conference, which was third worst in the conference. As Steve, you might expect, that's got to improve.
And as you said, I mean, losing so much of their front court as they did last year to injury, it's amazing that they even won that many games. I mean, if you don't have big bodies down low, it's tough to win in the West.
There's the three, and that one's good. Shved's got 5 points in the quarter.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
Foster dishes to Nowitzki, and that one's good. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yep.
Here's Harris. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Foster. Rebound, Minnesota. Williams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. In the next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Rubio, the pass to Martin. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 9 assists now tonight.
You know, guys, I think back to some of the most exciting passers ever to play the game. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, the late Pete Maravich come to mind. I think Rubio is of that ilk. You think about those guys, they weren't just great assist guys, but they were able to give you assists that had some flair and some flavor to it.
And it's Martin penetrating. Brewer. And again, it's Minnesota. Here's Foster. 17 points in the game. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. And Rubio really took the league by storm, Steve, with his passing. Deft moves, working through defenses, almost eyes in the back of his head. He was terrific.
Brilliant passer. I mean, he makes some passes that other people just wouldn't even be able to see. And just a phenomenal, entertaining player to watch.
Very flamboyant. Sean Marion, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington. And the Mavericks making a change here. Nowitzki's checked in. Back to Love. Kevin Martin on the wing. He passes to Brewer. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. 4 on the shot clock. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist from Kevin Martin. Martin's got 4 assists in the game. Mavericks leading by 11. Here's Foster. They get it again.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for them.
But it has to translate, Clark, if they're going to cut into this lead. They've got to convert those boards into points. Well, it seems like they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and it's just been that kind of a day.
It was a rough year for the Mavs and their fans. The first time since 2012 the Mavericks found themselves out of the playoffs. A big reason why was they couldn't get the wins they needed on the road. Tell you what, as well as he shot in the last quarter, Kevin, it's a total flip here in this one. He just can't get anything to go in the basket.
Martin kicks to Love. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Pekovic against Foster. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Foster's got 20 points.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game.
Make sure to pick up a copy of 2K Sports Magazine. Jay, appearing on the front cover, a breakout talent, making his mark in the NBA.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Rubio and Martin manning the backcourt. Big men, Love and Pekovic. And it's Brewer in at the three. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And I'm just impressed with his effort, guys, because we know he's hurting out there.
You know, the Wolves were just decimated by injuries last year, and it really put a snag in their season from the start, with Rubio still recovering from his ACL tear and Kevin Love missing a lot of time with his hand fracture. They were missing two major building blocks.
Martin dishes to Rubio. Puts the lead pass in front of him. That's good.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that one.
Mavericks leading by 13. And with the Wolves last year, Ricky Rubio came back and helped them turn things around a bit. But Kevin Love would end up playing very few games for him, Steve. And they never really got the chance that they once seemed to have.
Now, Love's injury, I think, just devastated this team. And Rubio, of course, coming off that ACL, he eventually made it back. But those are the key guys. I mean, Rubio and Love have to be the foundation of this club. They added a lot of three-point shooting in the offseason. So this should be a pretty well-rounded team, but it's up to the stars, Kevin.
Love outside. Back to Rubio. Brewer. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Brewer's got 9 points here in the second half.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Here's Foster. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And a moment now to check out who Minnesota has coming up. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game, and the next game it'll be played in Los Angeles. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
Man, you know the fans out in L.A. really hoping for a win in that one.
Dallas was clearly one of the better offensive teams in the league last season, and part of that was because of their ability to make free throws. They shot it very well as a team from the foul line. Even though they didn't get to the stripe often, they made it count when they did.
Love kicks to Pekovic. Puts it up from 7. And again, it's Minnesota converting. Mavericks leading by 11. Mavs great at the line last season, as you were talking about, Clark. Second in the league overall and shot just under 80% as a team. As a team, Steve, incredible mark for the group.
Yeah, and that's been the case for several years. Dirk obviously sets the tone for this club from the line, but they've always had other players who have been really solid from the free throw line as well. That's a major advantage as a group if you can be solid from the free throw line.
Ellis against Martin. Ellis kicks it to Foster. And stolen by Love. Now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. And it's Foster with the rebound. Foster's got 6 rebounds in the game. Nowitzki inside. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. That shot wide open. Brewer. Got a piece of it. And Dallenberg kicks it to Foster. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Takes a shot at the elbow. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's Brewer. Dishes it to Martin. Outside Williams. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Mavericks leading by 10. Here's Foster. Williams with the block. And they're able to recover. Harris passes to Foster. Shoots over Pekovic. And it's Foster missing.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Harris against Martin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Brewer. And a miss there on the triple. But they recover it. Rubio gets a screen from Brewer. Passes it to Martin. Here's the 3. And that's collected by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 5 rebounds tonight. Dallas has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Here's Foster. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Foster's got 13 points in the second half.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number 1, they're ahead.
And it's Brewer finishing it off.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geeked.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
And that one's good.
How about the field goal percentage shooting this half, guys? It's gone through the roof.
Clarkson, tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
He kicks it to Martin. Lets the 3 fly. And that's collected by Nowitzki.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. I mean, just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
And here's Rubio. Pass to Brewer. The 3 gets it to go. Brewer's got 12 points now in the quarter.
He's starting to feel it. He's in a groove here in the second half.
Here's Foster, covered by Brewer. Foster dishes to Dallenberg. And that one's good.
Well, I'll tell you what, I need to see...
1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Barea kicks to Love. Barea. They double in with Nowitzki. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
Mavericks making a switch here.
You were really showcasing your passing skills out there tonight, getting double-digit assists for the first time in your career. What was your game plan going in that led to your setting up your teammates so well?
Our offense had really good rhythm going tonight. When guys got open, I worked hard to get the ball into their hands. We've been spending a lot of time on off-ball movement and setting good screens. It's a great feeling to see it pay off.
I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on.
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing cause I'm counting no age. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs and I'm under each snare. Intangible, bet you didn't think, so I command you to. Panoramic view, look, I'll make it all manageable. Pick and choose, sit and lose, all you different crews. Chicks and dudes, who you think is really kicking tunes. Picture you getting down in a picture tube, like you lit the fuse. You think it's fictional, mystical, maybe. Spiritual hero who appears in you to clear your view when you're too crazy. Lifeless to those, the definition for what life is. Priceless to you because I put you on the hype. You like it? Righteous with one. You're psychic among no possess you with one though.
I'm happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. Ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on.
The essence, the basics, without it you make it. Allow me to make this childlike in nature. Rhythm, you have it or you don't, that's a fallacy, I'm in them. Every sprouting tree, every child of peace, every cloud and sea. You see with your eyes, to see destruction and demise. Corruption in the skies from the enterprise. Now I'm sucked into your life.
Players getting reacquainted prior to the tip. A pretty loose atmosphere out there. Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. This is Kevin Harlan. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Larry Sanders?
Well, the one thing that you have to have in basketball is big men who can protect the rim. And that's what Sanders does. He's willing to go up and block shots, really patrol the paint, and protect that rim area.
Yeah, you know, but there's nothing easy in the lane when Sanders is on the floor. You always have to be looking over your shoulder if you plan on putting up a shot with him around. After this game, the Bucks head back out on the road. And, of course, the big news, Shawn Marion out with the injury.
Well, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of his injury. We only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of their previous game, but now they sound sure about it. Hopefully we see him back on the court in less than a month.
And we should. I mean, knowing the history of players who've had similar injuries in the past, obviously every player is different, but you would expect him to be back within a few weeks.
Foster gets the nod, and this is the first time hearing his name called in the starting lineup.
Well, you know, he doesn't have the most polished game in the world, guys, but he is an extremely hard worker. That's the main thing we've heard about him, and there's a lot to be said for that.
A whole lot. And as hard as he does work, I think his game could grow immensely. For a lesser-known young player, he has a huge upside.
Shot clock at 5. Puts it up. And the shot is long.
You know, it was a hot start last season for O.J. Mayo and Dallas, guys. A lot of people wondered if he finally turned the corner and become the star that people had expected when he was the 3rd overall pick back in 2008. But his hot shooting wore off a bit, and by the end of the season, Coach Carlisle was starting to question his effort.
And for O.J. Mayo last season, still some positive signs. A career high in three-point percentage, one of the better years from the field, and I think the Mavericks really enjoyed him on their team.
Well, it seemed on the whole that the year went very well for him. He opted out of the final year of his deal. He picked up a new multi-year contract, so we'll see how he continues to develop.
Now here's Ellis. O.J. Mayo missing his last shot. And Foster backs in. And stolen by Ilyasova. Mayo with it. He had 13 points in the win against Cleveland.
He was exquisite in that game, Kevin. It wasn't just the scoring, it was the passing, too. And his teammates, you could tell, were just really enjoying playing with him.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
You got that right. I mean, he'll do it from three-point land or anywhere on the perimeter, really, because he is a deadly shooter. You've got to do a better job defensively.
Now, here is Knight, following the miss by Monte Ellis. DeMayo pulls up. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Here's Foster. 32 points for him last game against Minnesota.
And he did some nice work on the boards, too, Kevin. That was definitely a factor in that game as well.
Harris with it. And it's Knight picking him up. Here's Foster. Rejected by Sanders. So the Bucks, their last game, a win against Cleveland.
Yeah, they really struggled shooting the ball in that game, but still came away with the win. They obviously had to pick up the slack in a lot of areas, and they did it.
Yeah, and Steve, I think that says an awful lot about them as a team when they're able to win despite shooting that poorly.
Now Butler. Brandon Knight missing on the three. Butler dishes to Knight. Kicks it to Ilyasova. Back to Knight. Pass to Ilyasova. It's good from long range. Ilyasova's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Dallas usually does well against the Eastern Conference, and even in a year when they were struggling, that still was the case. The Mavs posted a 500 or better record against every division in the Eastern Conference.
And it's Foster missing. Bucks leading by 7. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Larry Drew. Coach told me that defensively, he's not even sure how you can change Dirk Nowitzki offensively. He said he really has an unstoppable shot with that turnaround. I don't know how you stop it, but we're going to try. Guys, it always helps to have those athletic, rangy defenders who can at least get a hand in his face. We'll see what matchup they go with defensively.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Now here's Ellis. He had 15 points last outing. Butler with the steal. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And stolen by Harris. There's the dish to Foster. Ball's not loose. It's stolen by Mayo. Ellis against Knight. Mayo. Here's Butler, and he uses the glass on the layup. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Bucks?
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks winning their last game against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Tell you what, the way they shot the ball that game, Kevin, it looked like a shoot-around out there.
It sure did, and all the more impressive because they did it on the road. You're not supposed to be able to get that high in an opponent's building.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
Foster against Butler. Ellis outside. Feeds to Foster. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Well, you know, the Bucks thought they had a plan to make a big push forward by pairing some talent together in the backcourt, but what seems to have happened is they are now mired in mediocrity, which is exactly where you don't want to be.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Blair comes in for Samuel Dallenberg. And Brandon Wright is subbed in for Dirk Nowitzki. Mayo, that's good.
Boy, what a fantastic opening quarter for them.
Yeah, it sure has been. Look at the lead they've jumped out to already. Impressive.
And back to Minnesota, they were the 8th seed in the East last year, but still finished 6 games under 500. Still a lot of work for them to get above 500 and be in a position where, Steve, they are, competing for home court in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of changes for the Bucks in the offseason, but a team that was able to sneak in last year. They're hopeful to make it once again this season, but it feels like they're kind of stuck in the middle right now.
Here is Knight after the made shot from Monte Ellis, and it's Butler missing.
And very quickly here in the first quarter, pronounced advantage for them on the glass.
Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Things have kind of gone south for them here in the quarter.
Now here's Mayo after the miss from Foster. And there's the pass to Butler, and Jay gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. I mean, that's 2 fouls already, and he can't afford another one.
Mavericks making a switch here. Calderon's checked in. He kicks to Ilyasova. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Ilyasova's got 5.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Now here's Calderon. His last outing, he had 8 points. Kicks it out to Ellis. Pass to Foster. Cannot hit. Some solid defense from Butler.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Outside Mayo. He feeds it to Knight. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
You know, in Larry Drew's case, it was a bit of an unusual situation once the season concluded. He was in the final year of his deal. The Hawks said we'll interview other candidates and left him free to interview for other head coaching positions, and he landed in Milwaukee.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Dallas. And there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. That's his first foul. And the Bucks with some changes. Pachulia, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Antetokounmpo comes in for Caron Butler. And Luke Ridnour subbed in for Brandon Knight. Well, Stephen, back to Coach Drew, of course, he ended up signing with the Bucks.
Well, that was an interesting move for him to go from Atlanta to Milwaukee. The Hawks were one of the better defensive teams in the league last year. I think that's what the Bucks saw in Drew. And that's the idea for him to really help this team get the most out of its players, particularly defensively.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Pachulia guarded by Wright. Mayo drives in. Ridnour. And a miss there on the triple. And Foster kicks to Calderon. The feed now to Foster. You don't want him. 6 on the shot clock. Foster passes to Wright. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Wright's got his first points of the night.
The defenders have to be aware. They cannot allow him that position before he catches the ball.
You're exactly right, Steve. That is his domain.
Now, here's Ridnour. 9 points last game out. Pachulia, good.
Take a look at the rebound totals, guys. That's +5 now on the glass.
And, Steve, I don't think there's any question which team came out with more energy and enthusiasm.
Here's Foster. He has 7. Ellington, guarded by Mayo. Passes it to Ridnour. Ridnour gets a screen from Udo. Ridnour dishes to Udo. And here's Mayo from the arc. Calderon pulls it in.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And Wright kicks it to Foster. Dishes it to Ellington. Pass to Foster. Can't get it to go. Excellent D from Antetokounmpo.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Backing down is Pachulia. And Wright pulls it down. Mavericks trailed by 15.
You know, you look at Jaja Pachulia, and he's a guy I think that's underrated. He can really score around the basket. He knows how to use his body in a physical manner, and he can step out and knock it down from 15 feet, too.
Here is Ridnour after the made shot from Ellington. Ridnour passes to Mayo. Mayo off the pick from Pachulia. And O.J. Mayo gets the three. Mayo's got 11.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Foster. He's got 7, and he banks in the layup. 9 points in the game so far. Back to Pachulia, originally from the Republic of Georgia in Eastern Europe, and has played most of his career in Atlanta, Georgia.
You know, probably a little different from Atlanta.
It is, Steve. It is a lot different, actually, than the Republic of Georgia.
Just a little.
Yes.
But he's really solidified his place in the league. He's tough. He throws his weight around, draws fouls. All the things you like in a backup center.
Here's Mayo after the made shot from Foster. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. And the Mavericks making a change here. Here's Henson. 2 on the clock. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Bucks lead by 16.
Well, they've yet to string many stops together.
Just seems like they've been a step slow here.
Calderon dishes to Foster. Kicks to Ellington. Lots of room. And another basket for Dallas. 26 seconds left in the first quarter. He dishes it to Ridnour. He passes to Udo. Feeds it to Ridnour. 6 to shoot. Now the dish to Neal. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
How did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
Here's Larkin. And he doesn't get to the rim. And an overpowering first.
The NBA's.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Guys, we've seen the Bucks really take control here early.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like what I've seen from this club defensively. They're forcing a lot of turnovers with their quick hands and ability to play the passing lanes.
Well, you talk about quick hands, but I think it's the mindset of being aggressive and then obviously being active with the hands, tracing that ball so you can come up with deflections that may lead to steals.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Dallas, Foster in at small forward. Carter is out there with Larkin. Then it's Dallenberg. And it's Nowitzki in at the 4 spot. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Jay in that last game against the Timberwolves put on a show. He ended with 32 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. Just numbers that really jump out at you in a box score.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
I agree with you there. I mean, he obviously hit on something that brought out the best in him, and you can be sure he's going to take the exact same approach in this one.
Definitely. And as confident a player as he already was, now he's got to be feeling absolutely unstoppable.
Here's Larkin, following the score by John Henson. Nowitzki kicks it to Foster, and the powerful one-handed slam.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
And Walters kicks to Neal. Offensive rebound. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And the Bucks with some changes. Ilyasova comes in for John Henson. And it's Brandon Knight in for Gary Neal. Here's Larkin. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Now the pass to Foster. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Excellent D that time from Ilyasova.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Well, the Bucks playing here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center, one of the older arenas in the NBA at around a quarter century. And the Bucks have said they'll leave Milwaukee after the 2017 season unless a new arena is built.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Monte Ellis, he's checked in for Carter. Devin Harris subbed in for Larkin. Now, here's Dallenberg. He had 16 points in the win against Minnesota. Harris kicks to Ellis. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Ellis has got his second basket of the game. And back to the arena situation here in Milwaukee. This is one of the smaller markets in the NBA. Steve, that can make it tougher to get an arena done.
Well, and there's a potential change in ownership that has loomed over the franchise as well. Obviously, we all want to see the team stay in Milwaukee. A lot of great history here going way back. So hopefully an arena deal will get done.
Foster passes to Nowitzki. He kicks it to Foster. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
This last summer, the Mavs asked fans to submit some redesigns of their uniforms for future use. Always kind of neat to see when a team and organization reaches out for the fans' input.
And back to the Mavs, definitely a big move by them to reach out like that. Nothing like bringing crowdsourcing to the NBA and building a bridge, you know, Steve, with your fan base.
You know, Kevin, I had a chance to see some of the designs of the uniforms that were being suggested. Some pretty sharp-looking duds, but there were some other ones that were absolutely hideous. So let's hope the decision-makers in the Mavs organization pick some of the let's say the more clean-looking new uniform suggestions.
Here's Foster after the made shot from Sanders. Nowitzki with the screen on Knight. Ellis can't get it to go.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
Off his foot, and the ref saying he kicked it. DeJuan Blair, he's checked in for Dallenberg. Ilyasova dishes to Sanders. Knight. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, you knew coming out of college that Brandon Knight was going to be good. You know, he's got that way about him that just oozes confidence, and he's got a lot of skill. He can put the ball on the floor. He can knock down a shot. Got great confidence in his game.
Yeah, that confidence is important. He's so slippery around the rim. You think you'd have forced him into a bad shot. Then he just twists and turns and gets a shot up anyway. And here's Ellis for 3. That doesn't go either for Ellis.
Well, you know, a big new contract, guys, for Ersan Ilyasova going into last season, and he terrified everybody in Milwaukee with a terrible start, but regained his confidence in January and finished the season strong. Boy, the pick, and with that weak screen, I use that term loosely, did nothing to spring him open. It was ineffective.
Here's Foster. Great D that time from Brandon Knight. And going back to the rough start for Ilyasova, not uncommon for players to struggle after getting that big new contract.
Yeah, I've seen it time and again, players putting a lot of pressure on themselves, trying to live up to the money. But in most cases, the coaches just want the player to do what he does already and what got him here in the first place.
Samuel Dallenberg is checked in for DeJuan Blair. Pass to Walters. Back to Knight. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Sanders. Gets it to go. Sanders has got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Now here is Harris. Looking for his first basket still in this one. For 3. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in.
It's a great play under the boards for him, and you know that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
And Butler backing him in. And that one hits back iron. For Dallas, they've gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Here's Harris. Ellis. And the call will go against Caron Butler. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Gallenberg against Sanders. Now Foster. He's got 12. Ellis kicks to Nowitzki. And yes, sir, that one drops. Nowitzki's got his first bucket of the night.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Ellis against Knight. He feeds it to Butler. Foster on him. The jump hook. Second shot opportunity. And that one's good by Butler. Butler's got 4 this quarter.
They've owned the offensive glass here in the second.
Yeah, they're really trying to make a point of getting inside to the paint and getting after every rebound.
Ellis against Knight. Ellis the pass to Foster. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Caron Butler. While we have a chance, let's take a look at the teams that led the NBA in rebounding last season. 5th best, the Bucks.
Yeah, it was an impressive campaign for their big men, and I thought the whole team did a really nice job of getting bodies on people and really boxing out.
Mavericks making a switch here.
Well, after a brief 2-year drought, the Bucks got back to the playoffs this past season, but it wasn't pretty once they got there. With several guarantees from players about upsetting the Heat, they didn't win a single game and were swept by the Miami Heat.
Knight dishes to Butler. Back to Knight. And there's the feed to Ilyasova. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. And the basket good. That's 10 points for Caron Butler.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Back to the Bucks in the playoffs. In every aspect, they were overmatched by the Heat, and no one really thought they would upset them. But many thought, Steve, that they would at least get a game.
Well, I wasn't one of them, Kevin. I thought they were overmatched from the start. And you could tell in that series, Miami wasn't even interested until the 4th quarter. They knew they could just flip a switch and beat this Milwaukee team. And that's exactly what they did.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Well, let's take a look at last year's Dallas Mavericks and where they ranked in the NBA. 2nd in free throw percentage, 5th in assists, and they also showed up in the top 5 in fewest turnovers. When you squeeze the orange and take care of the basketball like they do, you put yourself in position to win.
I was just really impressed with the free throw shoot.
Everybody get up.
Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and by my side, Clark Kellogg and the sharpshooter Steve Kerr. A quick check now for starting five for both teams. And guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Omer Ashik in this one?
I think Ashik is one of the most underrated defensive centers in the game. Kevin really fortifies this club's front court rotation, brings a ton of energy, covers ground, and avoids fouls too, which is important.
Yeah, just her natural sense of where to be on rotations during a play set, all the different schemes, right place at the right time. More physical than you might think, too. He's definitely a banger. The Houston Rockets coming to this one after a win against the Charlotte Bobcats.
And that game, guys, was really a perfect example of how important your bench can be. I thought the reserve production was really the key.
Exactly. That was where a lot of their scoring came from. It was a big game for the backups. Hey, it goes without saying that if you're beat up and your all-star power forward is on the shelf, you're going to have a tough time against the big teams in the West. Minnesota was left for the wolves, so to speak, when they matched up against others in their conference.
Hey, close out on Harden.
Harden dishes to Parsons. In low to Howard. Defensive foul. That's his first personal foul. First team foul. And the call will be against Kevin Martin. That is his first foul of the game. Well, picking up again on the Timberwolves. Last season, 17-35 record against the rest of the Western Conference, which was third worst in the conference. As Steve, you might expect, that's got to improve.
And as you said, I mean, losing so much of their front court as they did last year to injury, it's amazing that they even won that many games. I mean, if you don't have big bodies down low, it's tough to win in the West.
Rubio, the pass to Brewer. Rubio. Love outside. The Timberwolves working the ball around them. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1.
Well, you know, guys, the Houston fans could be forgiven for not having heard of Omer Ashik when the Rockets signed him as their starting center a season ago. He was a second-round pick out of Turkey in 08, a backup in Chicago, but he's quickly shown himself to be a key piece of this promising young core. He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Can't cash in from close range. And you have to give the Rockets credit for going after Ashik, a player who never averaged more than 15 minutes a game with Chicago, a restricted free agent with the Bulls, and became a very important part for the Rockets.
Well, they clearly saw something special with Ashik. He's a great rebounder and defender, uses his body, understands angles, and plays that verticality really well as a defensive center.
Oh, babe. Come on. Oh, babe.
Come on. Gets even better.
Baby. Oh, babe.
Come on.
Oh, babe.
Come on.
Can't stop me, babe.
Come on.
Oh, babe.
Come on.
Oh, babe.
Come on.
Oh, babe. Baby. Oh, babe. Oh, babe.
Yeah. Yes, I does that. What everybody trying to be now, I was that. They could never stop me. That's why I love rap. Been living the life, crazy ice. Swag, the gear, the bread, all the whips is a year ahead. I only fear the feds. Funny cause I had the vision since Coleco. Back then, still ain't reached my peak though. Louis loafers, Polo Pico. Call me whenever the bosses meet, yo. I drove Poppy crazy, so the industry's never gonna stop me, baby. You can't stop me now, you can't stop me. No, you can't stop me now, you can't stop me. You can't stop me now.
one thing, they can't stop me. Whether I'm on Fifth or LA at the swap meet, it's all good, cause I know the gangsters got me. First things first, the jaws are I treat the rap game like a large monopoly, one-on-one. Can't guard me properly, and when they double team me, the odds are sloppy. In the rap bracket, he remains the top seed. Hold 6, quick to blow 3. Audio, so you don't. The block is crazy, you can't stop me, baby. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me, baby. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. Yo, once I start, I ain't gonna stop. And then your girl ain't gonna be able to stop the wheezing. When she get that phone call from the doc, we even. You could not stop me, so stop believing. Stop ringtone rap, this is not the season. Punchline's hard enough to stop your breathing. And the ladies will still pay a lot to see him. I'ma get rich long as I got my freedom. Usually when you get hit, it's for a reason. Thank y'all all for coming out this evening. Even if they knock me, then continue to watch me, they still wouldn't be able to stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me, baby. You can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me, baby. Neo. Matrix. They can't stop me. Too strong. Too strong. Way too strong. They can't stop me. Yeah.
All right, y'all. They ain't ready for this. Let's show them who's boss, baby.
That is a very confident team by the sound of it in their huddle. This is NBA basketball on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, Up Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. I'm Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr with Doris Burke on the sideline. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Amari Stoudemire.
I'll tell you what I love about him, his ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong, even with defenders hanging all over him. He continues to finish at the basket.
Steve, another signature part of his game is the way he runs the pick and roll. He gets so many easy baskets that way. It's a play they should run for him as often as they can.
For the Miami Heat, they won their last contest, that game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And you know what was most impressive? They wasted very few possessions in that game. They ran their offense close to perfection.
That's what we call a mute button game in front of a hostile crowd. They never let the fans get into it, had them on their hands the whole time.
The drive by Anthony, and it's blocked by Bosh. Here's Miami now. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
And over the course of last season, they dropped the majority of their games when facing this team.
Now here's Bosh. He feeds it to Foster. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Shot is no good. Anthony with the defensive effort. You know, going back to Steve's point, this series was not one of the highlights of the season last year.
Yeah, Kev, you wouldn't expect them to come out on the wrong end of that series, but it happened that way, and we'll see what happens going forward.
Chalmers with it. All right, now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
I asked him about about the matchup problems created by a player like Andrea Bargnani, a 7-foot sharpshooter. He said, he can give us problems, no doubt. It's tough to really bother that shot, and he can also put it on the deck and drive. We've got to just get into his body, try to make him a facilitator rather than a scorer. Kevin, we'll see if they're successful.
Thanks again, Doris. Foster drills the three-pointer. You look at Foster. Never easy for a player being traded, but they made him feel very welcome with the billboard they put up for him.
It may help ease his transition to the new team a bit. And with the statement they made, the fans can't help but be fired up about this move.
Yeah, but it might put a little pressure on him, too. I mean, all of a sudden you arrive in your new town, and there's your picture up on a billboard. These fans are expecting big things here.
Intercepted. And they're on the break for the finish. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
And it's the Knicks with the ball after the Heat pick up 2. Felton kicks to Anthony. Stolen. Here's Foster.
Hammer time! Hammer time!
And that one is stuffed right through. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against the Thunder.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
Kept alive. Easy jumper from very short distance. Gortat's got his first 2 points.
Wow, just a tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball for them, guys.
Yeah, when they put it up, it's going in.
And while we can, here's a look at the teams that had the fastest hands in the league last season. The Heat in 5th.
Well, when you talk about teams that had a great defense last year, you got to mention these guys. I mean, they were great at finding ways to come up with the ball. Deflections, loose balls, and steals.
And that one's good, Anthony.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Foster passes to Gortat. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Oh, we've got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. First in free throw shooting. 12th in three-point field goal percentage. As for the rebounding numbers, not as strong as you would think. Top 20 in the league. They certainly are capable of better.
And to me, the number that you look at is the free throw percentage, first in the league. And that's why they were so aggressive in attacking the rim. They spent a lot of time every game trying to attack the paint area, get themselves those easy points at the free throw line, and they were so good at it, you know, why not?
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Foster dishes to Bosch. Pass to Foster. He kicks to Chalmers. And the Heat, another 3.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Chalmers against Felton. Into Stoudemire. Second chance shot. That one looked like it was on the way down. Yet they call goaltending. Count the bucket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Foster against Anthony. And Foster kicks to Chalmers. The dish to Foster. It's stolen by Anthony. Rejected by Foster. Back to Chalmers. Kicks to Gortat. Pass to Foster. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gortat. They get the rebound. Here's Foster. He has 7. Tries again with 1 on the clock. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
Well,
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Bargnani passes to Carmelo. The 15-footer, good. Anthony's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I'll tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
On the floor for Miami, Foster in at the 3. Chris Bosh is out there with Gortat. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Brewer in at the 2 spot. Had the space there, but it's offline. Knicks trail by 4. Smith dishes to Carmelo. And it's Miami with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Well, you know, the fans out in Brooklyn desperately hoping for their team to win that one.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And a moment to check out Miami, who they've got coming up. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. The Heat making a switch here. Cole's checked in. Here's Bargnani, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Bargnani's got his second basket of the game.
They're still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Yeah, they're making some shots now, Clark, finally starting to make up some ground.
And Gortat kicks to Cole. The feed to Foster. Shot clock at 6. Gortat, Wade, he's covered by Felton. Elbow shot. Wade can't hit. New York trailing. Broke loose. Pushing it up. Always going up for the alley-oop here. It's stolen by Stoudemire. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Stoudemire setting the pick for Smith. Stoudemire feeds to Felton. There's the pass to Carmelo. Shot clock at 5. Shoots. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Back to Wade. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Felton goes in. Another steal. And they're running. And it's Foster finishing it off. And the Heat lead by 4. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers, turning them over.
You know, adding on to that, they've done a great job of challenging and changing shots in this first half, and they've gotten some blocks as well.
Another steal. Makes the lead pass. Stolen by Bargnani. He passes to Underwood. Back to Bargnani. Defended by Cole. Doubled by Foster. Here's Bargnani. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Bosh. Miami leading by 4. Here's Foster.
Oh, ridiculous. Tore it down that time. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And when we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. We look at Foster, 4th in the league, and as consistent as they come at the free throw line.
He seemed to be locked in from the foul line all last season. Just never got off that roll he was on.
Wade passes to Bosh. Dishes to Foster. Pass to Cole. Clock at 6. Bosh kicks it to Foster. They get a hand on it. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And it's out of bounds. The take it the other way.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Dwayne Wade. What a year he had last season. 3rd in field goal percentage. And of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket, in the top 10 in points per game.
Well, see, let's go back to where he ranks on the field goal percentage list. I mean, he had a pretty high spot there, too. And again, a credit to shot selection and staying within himself, taking the shots that he wanted to take and felt good about shooting. Well, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Another steal. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Outside jumper. He dishes it to Hardaway. He feeds it to Sanders. 6 on the shot clock. And the call will be against Robert Subcribe. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Miami. Foster is screen on Hardaway. Pass to Foster. .104 left in the first half. And the shot is good. Chalmers has got 7 points.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
The offensive rebound. Stoudemire goes up and lays it nice and easy. Stoudemire's got his 2nd basket.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Foster down low. Guarded by Shumpert. Anthony dishes to Foster. Leaner from distance. Misses off the left iron.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had early.
16 seconds left in the first half of the game. Hardaway, no good. Now Foster. Buzzer beater.
Pretty shot without.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome to
the Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade. There's more basketball in store. What a game we're seeing from Champ.
Yeah, the magic touch with the ball. He just made great decisions, piling up the assists there in the first half, and really doing a nice job for his teammates.
You know, it isn't a very common occurrence, Steve. Typically, he's more likely to be on the receiving end of the pass, but so far, it's been the other way around here.
The guards, Ray Felton and J.R. Smith. Anthony and Stoudemire make up the forwards. And it's Bargnani in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Mike Woodson. Here's Foster.
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun. Well, he's someone who can just demolish you on the glass, and that's really his goal when he goes into the game. He is looking to dominate the paint.
And you've also got to love what a forceful low-post defender he is. If he blocks one of your shots, you remember it. He sends them into the stands to make a point.
Good. And that's 13 points for Carmelo Anthony.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
The Heat leading by 7. Wade gets a screen from Foster. Wade kicks to Bosch.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Felton with the ball. Now guarded by Mario Chalmers. The drive by Anthony. Smith. No good on the 3. Felton against Foster. And then Wade slams it in.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think we're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course.
Wade brings the double team. Anthony's shot is off. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Foster passes to Chalmers. And stolen by Felton. Stripped it away. And it's Foster missing.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane. You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
Smith with it. Wade picks him up. Smith dishes to Felton. Gives him the lead pass. Bargnani. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton has got 4 assists now tonight. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. He kicks to Foster. The 3. Here's Gortat. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws.
Well, some really terrific numbers for Gortat. He has 8 points and also a block shot.
For Miami, they have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
Well, this is a club that shot 75% as a team from the free throw line last season.
The Knicks making a switch here. Sanders is checked in. Second free throw, no good. Knicks trailed by 12. Smith up top. He's covered by Bosch. Gortat with the block. And it turns out it's going to be a foul. He was hoping for a clean block, but the officials felt otherwise, so we'll see some free throws here. New York shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Easy points, come on!
No good on that one. Kyle Singler's checked in for Sanders. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Wade kicks to Bosch. The dish now to Foster. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
The Heat shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. A different look for Miami. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Gortat. Barnes comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's Carter in for Dwayne Wade. That's good from Foster. With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season. The Heat in second.
Boy, they do an excellent job offensively. Most of the season last year, they were really in sync. A nice flow and rhythm to their offensive game. But anytime you score the points they did, it's about unselfishness and trusting each other.
Anthony kicks to Singler. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Singler's got 5. The Heat leading by 13. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Passes it to Barnes. Now Haslam inside. Kicks it to Foster. 5 on the clock. He's covered by Singler. A fader. Hits it to go. And that's 21 points for Champ. For New York, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. The feed now to Singler. Puts up a 3. Gets it to go. 8 points for him.
The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that 3.
Here's Foster. He's got 21. Feeds it to Barnes. Carter. The pass to Foster. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And look here at the Heat, how they ranked in the NBA last season. First in shooting percentage. First in fewest turnovers per game. And they were number 2 in overall offense. This team has a lot of firepower, and they play a high-octane, up-tempo game.
And, Clark, the key number that you just talked about to me is field goal percentage. And when you're the best in the league shooting the basketball, it's a clear sign that you have an unselfish team and a clear plan of attack. That club, very impressive with their offensive efficiency.
Felton kicks to Singler. Out to Smith for the 3. And it's Haslam with the rebound.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
Foster against Felton. Doubled by Felton. And Foster kicks to Chalmers. Barnes. Good ball movement here by Miami. Carter drives in. The baseline J. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. The Heat making a switch here. Knicks trail by 14. Here's Prigioni. Back to Shumpert. Dishes into Carmelo. Cans it from downtown. Anthony's got 16.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
For New York, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. He passes it to Hardaway. Shumpert. He dishes it to Prigioni. 5 to shoot. Back to Shumpert. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
Miami leading by 11. Pass to Foster. 1:36 left here in the third quarter. The Heat need to get a shot off. Carter, that's good.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
And Prigioni kicks to Hardaway. He feeds it to Prigioni. Pass to Anthony. Anthony left side. And Champ gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Gortat's checked in for Joel Anthony. Stolen by Bosch. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Foster. All going up court. It's intercepted. Here's Prigioni. He's covered by Bosch. Here's Anthony. He kicks it to Prigioni. Prigioni off a pick from Stoudemire. Got a piece of it. 6 to shoot. Here's Shumpert. Can't get it to go. Nice defense from Ryan.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
And it's Foster missing.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
Shumpert passes to Hardaway, and it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Here's Anthony. The dish to Hardaway. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And, of course, last year's superb free throw shooting above 90%.
And, guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game.
Now in print, the new edition of 2K Sports.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Heat?
Well, they're taking high percentage shots in the paint. I like the way their offense is clicking.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor for Miami, Foster. He's in at small forward. Norris Cole and Dwayne Wade combine at guard. Gortat is out there with Chris Bosh. For the Knicks, J.R. Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Felton in for Pablo Prigioni. Stoudemire, Gortat covering, and Champ gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. Miami on defense. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Out to Shumpert. The 11-footer, Felton. Three-pointer. And it's Foster with the rebound. Foster's got his third rebound on the night. From downtown. Can't get it to go. The Knicks go the other way with it. A ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
He is to avoid mistakes and make each possession count.
Yeah, and I think the tendency can be to really rush or like push the game a little bit. I think they need to avoid that. Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
Yeah, and I also love the way he can torture a defense by using the good old-fashioned pick and roll. When they execute it well, and he's on the receiving end of the pass, mark it up. It's 2 points.
Here's Shumpert. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Miami no good on that time either.
Well, he's just launching from the three-point line right now because I don't like his shot selection at all.
Smith right side. Smith missing again.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Foster dishes to Wade. Passes it to Gortat. A finger roll finish at the bucket. And the Heat lead by 9. For New York, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kev. Mike Woodson had some words for his team over that last break. He got after them and told them to turn up the intensity, saying, we've put ourselves in the corner, and now we've got to fight our way out. Show me what you have, and let's see if we've got what it takes, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Norris Cole.
You might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in him.
Wash kicks to Wade. Foster. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. And it's the Knicks with the ball. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Doubled by Chalmers. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Wade gets a screen from Foster. Shot off the pick, and he nails that one right through the net. 6 points for Dwayne Wade.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
A solo fast break. Here's Foster. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Foster's got 25 points in the game.
Good defense, but gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Felton against Chalmers, and Jim gets the whistle that time. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That foul gives him 4, so he's just 2 away from being Dairy Queen.
Felton with the ball. Now guarded by Mario Chalmers. Here's Stoudemire. Out to Anthony. Second shot opportunity. Good. He gets the jump shot. Anthony's got 10 points here in the second half. He lobs it up. It's tipped. Knicks trail by 10. And here is Felton. Kicks to Smith. Again, the miss by Smith.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter. Complete domination. What a game for Champ. 25 points and 9 steals.
You know, he's been so good at both ends of the floor, guys, but what's impressed me the most is his offensive performance.
I don't know, Steve. I think the work he's done defensively has been pretty impressive, too.
New York's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Smith kicks to Anthony. Rebound by the Heat. Bosch has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Foster. Good on the triple. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Another good look there, and that's his 2nd 3-pointer of the game.
For New York, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And it's Smith penetrating. Outside Anthony. And it's Anthony again missing. Here's Miami now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Foster, covered by Anthony. Shot clock at 6. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's his 1st foul. Foster against Anthony. The feed to Chalmers. Now the pass to Foster. Just 5 to shoot. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Boy, it's been a tough go in terms of fouls for him. I mean, my goodness, he can't stay out of the way of fouls.
Felton kicks to Stoudemire. Feeds it to Carmelo. He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line.
Getting to the stripe is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half, guys.
And when you're behind, I think that's a great strategy. Not only do you get easy points, but the clock stops as well.
Foster passes to Bosch. Stoudemire with the defensive effort.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And stolen by Chalmers. Foster down low. Anthony on him. Wade left side. Dishes it to Gortat. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Clock is at 3. Here's Foster.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. The 3 from Anthony. And good on the basket. Hook it. Anthony's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Foster, that's good. And the Heat lead by 12.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
Felton dishes to Bargnani. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Miami's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Smith against Foster. That's good from Foster. And Foster drops them both. Knicks trail by 14. The open shot, Anthony. Has it, it's Smith with the assist that time. And that's now 27 points for Carmelo Anthony.
This quarter has brought out the best in him, fellas. Even though they're still trailing, he's been impossible to contain.
Foster against Anthony. Pulls up, high post. No good off the front iron.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Felton kicks to Bargnani. And the lead is down inside single digits.
Talk about confidence to pull up from out there. And what skill to knock it down. That's major league there, folks.
Well, you got to love just the swagger, the ability to pull up from there and just show the defense what he's made of. This is going to be a great game for them. No win on the road comes easy in the NBA. Nice performance.
Any player loves sending his own fans home happy. He loves even more sending opposing fans home miserable. Well, that's another good rebound for him. Hasn't mattered at all that he's given up some inches to a few of the other guys on the floor.
Here's Foster. Bank shot, no good. Here's Smith. Gets the bucket.
Terrible transition defense there.
I think it would have been pointless, Steve. There was no way anybody was beating him to the basket there.
Foster. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak. It's been a phenomenal showing for them.